Y'all, it is locked on vertical again, and I don't know why it's doing this. I had it on horizontal. I have no idea why. I got to turn it around. It's not going to let me. I don't know what is wrong with this thing. I don't know why it does that on me, y'all. I know I set it on horizontal, but it flipped. It flipped on me again. Is it coming over horizontal on your mine? It's got vertical because it's got the long picture. And I know I set it on horizontal. I don't know why it flipped. Looks like we got Jesus Save Me, Connie Jones, Diana Hinkle, Susan Proctor. I just don't know why it does that to me all the time when I know I had it set. Yeah, happy Sunday to everybody. I can't even get on my regular YouTube. I uploaded a video this morning, was going to post it this morning, and it's still processing. It'll process. Let me go back over here, and that might have had something to do with it. I had a video uploaded and still processing while crazy, crazy, crazy. See if I can bring it up on my other screen because I don't like it the way it is. So how is everybody today? I woke up this morning to a jackhammer running next door. I mean, it was about daylight. I mean, this is Sunday morning. Nobody wants to get up at daylight on Sunday. Not unless you got a job and you got to go to work. But they were out there bright and early this morning running that jackhammer. I guess they're trying to run water lines from the water meter into where the new house is going to be, so they can get the plumbing done. Now this is going to be better, I think. At least I can read my chat better. We've got Donna joining us. Yeah, I don't know why in the world that thing flips on me every time. And it will not let you, at a certain point, it will not let you go back and change the orientation of it. So I don't know. It's crazy. I did not want to do it this way, but hey, it's going to have to work, I guess. And there's Susan. Hi, Susan. I've never cooked spaghetti in a crock pot. I guess you have to put in extra water if you're cooking the noodles in the crock pot. I thought I was just going to fix me a salad tonight because I've got still some of that peppered steak and gravy left. So I thought I might make some pasta or rice because I had potatoes with it last night, and that's what I ate for lunch today. So I'm probably going to eat, well, I may not. I may eat something else like a salad. That's the only reason I don't like freezing meat unless I divide up the packages first. And I didn't divide up the package of that peppered steak before it froze. So I had to thaw out the whole package and cook the whole package. Usually I divide it up in the smaller quantities because it's just me I'm cooking for. And still, that's a lot of food. So, yeah, I may fix something else tonight for dinner and then eat the rest of the peppered steak tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm going to have to check on that. I've never fixed spaghetti in a crock pot. Now, I can see making the base of it, like the sauce, stuff like that in the crock pot. But I don't know about cooking your spaghetti noodles in the crock pot. Do you cook your spaghetti noodles in the crock pot as well, Susan? Or is it just your sauce? I'm interested. Interested to know. You bake your hamburger patty. Well, I made a new pot of tea, so I got a fresh thermos of iced tea here. And I should have waited and just showed you on my live how I made my iced tea. Because I don't make it like anybody else. Oh, really, Connie? Well, usually, you can use all different cuts of steak. You can use the real thin strips of steak like you put in stir fry, or other cuts of steak. It doesn't, and I just wanted to show you this time with the cube steak, because you can make a really good peppered steak even with cube steak. So that's why I did that. Yeah, see, I've never cooked spaghetti noodles or spot pasta in the crock pot. I guess you got to be careful of the quantity of water to spaghetti you put in there, or it would come out real dry once those pasta noodles cooked and absorbed a lot of the water. Oh, I see. Cook it on low for 2 hours or until the spaghetti is tender to your liking. And there's pretty case, CC, pretty CC. You must be a new one. I don't recognize the name, but welcome. We welcome all our newcomers, new subscribers to the channel. Yeah, see, that's what I'd be afraid of, Susan, that it would dry out. Because I know how spaghetti noodles will absorb that water real fast. And you'd have a cake of spaghetti instead of loose spaghetti. Yeah, it's sad. My son had to put one of his dogs down yesterday, one of his blue heelers, and I haven't spoke to him since they took care of it. And I know he's not in a good mood today, this weekend. I wouldn't be if I had to put one of my pets down. Oh, okay. Maybe I will, Diana. Next time I'll show it on video, or maybe even show it on a cooking video. I don't know. I had already made my tea before I did my last cooking video, or I would have done it then. I thought about it after I got it finished. Yeah, I know. He was not in the best shape, so I mean, I understood it, knew it had to take place. Because years ago, my first cat, Crybaby, called him CB for short, and he almost looked like little Buddy, only Crybaby didn't have white on him anywhere. He was all orange. But he was the best little cat you've ever had. Oh my God. I love that cat to death, and he ended up with cat leukemia. And the way I found out, he started losing weight terribly, and I kept feeding him. He was eating, not as much as normal, but he kept losing weight like crazy. So I took him into the vet, and the vet said, well, he's got cat leukemia. And he said there's no cure for it. So eventually I had to just take him in and let the vet put him down. And that hurt, because that was like my child, almost. I thought the world of that cat. And it almost seems like little Buddy knew all that when he showed up, because I've caught myself calling him Crybaby. And I know he's not Crybaby, he's little Buddy. And now I got lucky, so. And I saw some old gray cat roaming around my yard this morning, and it was weird because his tail had been completely cut off. I don't know why somebody cut the cat's tail off, unless it was just being mean to a cat. But he didn't stay. He kind of walked around and then left. My two cats were not on that side of the yard at the time, so they didn't get in a scuffle or anything. Oh, Harry had that dog leukemia that dogs get. Yeah. I don't know, but the tail was chopped off. I was going to say like a bulldog. A lot of times they chop a bulldog's tail off and just leave a nub about that long. But this cat didn't even look like he had a nub. I mean, he could have had a little bitty nub. I don't know, but I couldn't tell. He was on the other side of the yard. But I thought to myself, my goodness, I know that's a cat, but he doesn't have a tail. Cindy said she's busy today, so have a great day. Well, you have a great day too, Cindy. We'll see you on the next one when you got more time. It could have been a birth defect, Susan. I don't know. I just know it looked like it was a full-grown cat. He was real hairy and fuzzy looking, bushy looking, and it was gray. Like ash gray color. How to cook artichokes. I'd have to get artichokes to know about that. I don't have any. And I've never grown any. And I know people There are people that do grow artichokes in their garden. Where's Gladys? We can't have a live without her. I don't know. She may be napping. And I found this interesting quote. It's real short, but it makes you think. And it made me think back to what my dad told me years and years ago when I was just a youngin' growing up. It says, beware of the fury of a patient man. And I don't know, some of you may understand that. Some people may not. I, for one, understand it because I'm kind of like that. I'm a real patient person. I'm real mellowed out. I don't get excited or mad quick. But I have my limits like anybody, and I'm fairly patient. But you can push me to a certain limit, and then, oh my God, it's bomb time. I explode, and you better get out of my way. That's all that I've got to say. So I understand that. Beware of the fury of a patient man. Because when that patient man reaches their limit, all you can do is get out of their way or you're going to get hurt. Plain and simple. Susan's got a cold. And Susan said, my dad told me a guy won't buy the cow if he can get the milk for free. Well, that's true. Why would he? I mean, he'd be crazy to buy the cow if he can get his milk free. And I know what that meant. You know, it was about women and guys dating. If a guy can get it for free, why marry it, you know? And there's April. Hi, April. Aloha. Well, I guess that guy come over just long enough to bust up the rocks around the water meter over there so he could run water lines. I don't know, he may be over there running water lines right now where he busted up the rock. I know it stopped a while ago and I looked out and you could see him still moving around, you know, kind of squatted down around where the water meter is. So what I figured was that he busted up the rock he needed to run the pipes. And he's over there running pipes now. My temperature goes from 0 to prison real fast. Well, it's good that you get better kind of quick. And there's Valentine, hello, and Donna Wheeler. I'm doing great today. I've been lazy. The only thing is I've had trouble uploading the video. It kept processing and, you know, it goes through all this monetization checks and processing before you can ever put it public. So I didn't get it up this morning. And it was still processing, so I had to save it as a draft, close it out, so I could get my live up here on the laptop so I could read the chat. I mean, we got 2 ladies from Topeka, Kansas. It's hard to keep my mouth shut. And seeing the Wheeler, that reminds me of Cynthia Wheeler. Remember, she was from here in Granbury, and she ended up being one of my moderators. But she found out her sister had cancer, and she wouldn't tell any of the family till basically the last minute. And she's been spending a lot of time with her sister. But she hasn't been coming into live chat, and I haven't heard from her. So we need to keep her in prayer and her sister, because, I don't know what's going on with them right now. Yeah, maybe y'all can meet at a restaurant sometime and have lunch together or something. David Tanner says, first streamer in the trailer park. Beat that, Betty. Valentina said that they're from Daly City, California. Sunshine State. Susan says she's down near South Walmart. There's Gladys. Oh, and Donna's there too. Y'all might be neighbors and don't even know it. I mean, today, you can live in the same building, like apartment building, and never know your neighbors around you. She could be in the same building, Susan, or maybe she's in the building beside you or something. Isn't that a coincidence? Wheeler was my mom's maiden name. Small world, April. Y'all have some iced tea. They often call it Fog City housing. Oh, the cats are doing great. They were doing their little breakfast dance around the door this morning when I went out and got their bowls to feed them. We hardly ever get fog here. But when we do, you can't see the bumper of the car in front of you. But it doesn't happen very often. Wouldn't that be crazy, Susan, if y'all ended up being in the same apartment building? She might be a floor below you or a floor above you. Who knows? That's crazy. Yeah, I was so amazed that Mrs. Weaver was here from Granbury when she first subscribed to my channel. And she said, well, I live in Granbury too. Oh no, I hope not. Valentina, I have a email address that you can send to. Send me an email at that address I just posted. And just put in the email that you'd like my mailing address, and I'll return the email to you with my mailing address because I don't have one posted. And I'm going to pin the message to the top of the chat box. So if anybody wants my mailing address, they can send me a note to that email, and I will return it with my address. And there's Shatika. Good afternoons and blessings to you. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? They could do a meet and greet. Donna said she's 60-ish. Susan's 61, so she's right there with you, Donna. See, that's why I called it meet and greet. We always have new people coming in, and it's so interesting. You meet people in the live chat, sometimes from other countries, other states, and sometimes right next door to you, and you don't even know it. Small world. Yeah, but Susan, you got to be careful with the early retirement, because when you go on early retirement, they cut your check and you never get it back. They take a percentage off of your retirement check to go on retirement early. They penalize you. So you need to find out about that before you do it, because you may not want to do it. You may not get any more than what your disability is giving you. And then too, you'll lose your Medicare and stuff like that. You'll end up having to pay for your own Medicare, and then you'll have to pay for your own supplement. So check into that before you do it. I mean, I'm not telling you not to, but I know they will cut your pay each month if you go on disability at 62. Donna said, I'm just 75 and I'm a wreck. Not really. Sometimes I think I'm a wreck. And I'm not. Well, I'm not going to say how old I am. I've told that in too many videos. And there's Grandma Teresa. Hi, Grandma. I'd just be so interested to know if Donna is anywhere close to Susan. I mean, I know they're in the same city, at Topeka, but I'm just wondering, like, street-wise or house-wise or apartment-wise, how close they are. Hi, Patty C. Not too close. Feeling good today, surprising. Well, thank goodness, Connie. I'm glad you're having a good day. You're on the 37th? You mean you're on the 37th floor? Well, thank you, Gladys. Well, you can watch, but you got to be signed into YouTube to be able to chat. So she's got to have a YouTube, a Google account, and then she's got to be signed into YouTube, and then she can chat. Or either if she tries, it'll tell her she's got to sign in before she can chat. Yeah, when you reach my age, you can be on Social Security retirement, and you can work as much as you want. You can make as much money as you want, and guess what? They don't care. I guess they figure you're not going to be living that much longer, so they're going to let you do whatever you want to do. And if you're able to work, more power to you. Yeah, and I've heard that they've raised the Social Security retirement up to 67 now. Not instead of 65, you got to be 67 to get your full retirement. And if you retire at 62, even though you turn 67, you still don't get that percentage back that they took away for you retiring early. You're always penalized with it for the rest of your life, which sucks, because they did that to me. And I didn't even want Social Security at the time. Well, we've been in the 80s and 90s ever since that 5-day rain. And it seems so good. And it's been anywhere from like mid 50s to 70s at night. My plants are loving it, I'll tell you. Maybe I'll be able to get out there and get that greenhouse plant bed together. I don't know. You've been on disability since 1998. Well, I'm not going to ask how much you get, but you might check into that and see if you can find out how much you will get on a regular retirement at the age of 67 versus what you would get if you retire at 62 before you make your decision. Because, you know, if you're not going to get any more than you're getting on disability, you may as well stay on disability until you're 67 and then go on full retirement and get it all. A friend of mine, he went and retired at 62 because he didn't want to work anymore and he needed more money coming in, and he was not on disability, but he retired at 62 and he checked into it, and he said he'd have been getting, I don't know, about $2,400 a month on full retirement. And since he retired early, they dropped it down to like $1,400 or $1,500 a month. So they penalized him $500-$600 by him going in early. And like I said, you never get that back. Well, I don't know exactly when they changed it, but it used to be you could retire early at 62, you could get full retirement at 65, and now I'm told that you don't retire at 65 anymore. You got to wait till you're 67. So you may have signed up before it went up to 67. And when you signed up, you were still getting your full benefit. Your check goes down from disability to regular. It's different. SSI is for people who never paid into the program, and SSA is going broke. It is not meant when it started only for widowers. Yeah. Well, you know, we have so many foster kids that are drawing Social Security checks, that are drawing food stamps. And I'm sad to say that's one reason a lot of people will foster kids, is because they know that check comes along with that kid. And it increases their income every month. But I mean, the kids need homes to live in versus a foster facility. But unfortunately, you know, some people, that's only, they look at it as a job. They get 4 or 5 foster kids because that means they get 4 or 5 $800 checks coming in a month to help take care of them and help them pay their bills. Yeah, a lot of, like I said, Jesus Saves Me, a lot of the foster parents, they look at it as a job, a business. They want the checks that come with that kid. And some of them don't really care about the kids and they treat them as such. But now there's a lot of good, loving homes that are foster families out there. Well, goodness, I'm glad to hear that, Patty C. Your sick kitty's better. Yeah, but like I said, Susan, I'm not telling you to not go ahead and retire at 62, but check into it before you do. Check into seeing what you'll get at 67. If I have never checked into it. I don't know if it's actually 67 or not. It used to be 65 back when I went on Social Security at 62. And I know they cut my check drastically. and I'll never get that back on my check again. So just check in it, check on it and make sure what's going on before you make a decision about it. Jesus Saved Me said, yes, it is 67 now. I know that's what a lot of my friends have told me. Because one of them said they'd sure love to retire because he's got bad health. But he's not even 62 yet, but getting close. And he said, well, they've changed retirement age to 67 now. I said, well, you can go on it early at 62. The only problem with it is they cut your check. They take a percentage of that check away, and you never get it back. I don't care if you're 80 or 90 years old, you'll never see that money put back on that check. Donna's asking Susan what high school she went to. There's Farm Wife. Hi, Farm Wife. And there's Sean, Ryan. Hello, people. Welcome to our live chat today. This is just a chat and meeting. We've already got Susan meeting one of her neighbors that lives in the same town she's in. One of the new subscribers. How's Farm Wife and how's Sean doing today? I know it's crazy, Farm Wife. A lot of these people will do everything they can do to get on disability so they get a Social Security check every month and they get free medical. Because if they're on disability, they get Medicare and Medicaid for free. They get food stamps. But irregardless, sometimes that's not enough to pay your bills. Regular Social Security is for retired people. You got to be at least 62 to retire early, or 67 now to get full retirement on Social Security. Other than that, Social Security disability goes to any age. If the doctor says that person is disabled, Social Security puts you on Social Security disability. You get free Medicare and Medicaid. You get food stamps. You get a lot of stuff for free. You don't what, Susan? Oh, you get money from other means rather than just disability, evidently. It's not regular disability. Because people here, if you're on actual full disability through Social Security, you automatically get Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps. You're eligible for the free service where they pick you up and take you to your doctor's appointment and bring you home. You don't even have to drive. That's crazy, Donna. Usually Medicaid and Medicare comes automatic with disability. Why are they telling you can't get that? Oh, I see. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a full disability, Susan. I don't know. Total disability. If they say you're not able to work, here you get Medicare, Medicaid, transportation if you need it. You kept your federal insurance. Well, it might be different in every state, and it depends on what kind of disability you go on. There's partial disabilities, there's full disabilities. It just depends. Oh, I see, Susan. So you might get the Medicare, but see, we still pay for Medicare when you retire. Mine costs me about $198 a month. They take out of my check. And then I have to pay for my own supplement to Medicare. It's not free. I pay I think it's 159 a month just for my supplement that takes care of the 20% that Medicare doesn't pay. Oh, I see. You're not eligible till you're 67. They're not going to let you have Medicare until you're of full retirement age, looks like, for some reason. They take out for Medicare on you. Okay. So they already do that. Yeah, but I've checked into some of those supplement plans on the Advantage plans. I wouldn't change what I got for any of them. I mean, it cost me $159 a month for it, but I can get a $300 prescription filled for $4. I mean, I only take one or two prescription medications a month, and one is for allergies and one is for blood pressure, and that's the only two I take. But the nasal spray that I get is a prescription. That's crazy. Oh, goodness, listen to that, Patty C. Your neighbor just gave you a container of homemade spaghetti sauce, so happy dinner. I have pasta noodles already in the fridge. I never turn down free food. And Susan said she's got her spaghetti in her crock pot cooking. I've never tried spaghetti in a crock pot. I'll have to try that sometime. And there's Susie. Hi, Susie. At 65, they automatically switch over to regular Social Security from disability, but check looks the same. Yeah, that's exactly right. You go off of disability, you go on your full retirement, the check looks the same. They don't raise it, they don't do nothing with it, except you lose your Medicare and Medicaid if you have it. Because after you go on just regular retirement, you have to start paying for your own Medicare, your supplement plan, and all that. Just depends on what insurance you get to go with Medicare. But for some reason, your check does not go up. You get the same amount you're getting on disability. See, back when I retired at 62, which the doctor put me in from retirement and told me afterwards because I didn't want it. I wanted to be able to work, and she said, no, you can't, because chemo knocks out your immune system, so you can't go out in public, you can't work on a public job, you can't do any of that. So she automatically put me on all that. I got the disability, I got food stamps, I got Medicare and Medicaid, I got transportation to and from the doctor when I needed it. So that there was some good advantages, but it was not enough money for a person to live by themselves and pay all their bills, especially when you got maintenance on your home, you got maintenance on a car, you got insurances to pay and all that. I haven't heard anything about another check this month. How much does that Advantage plan cost you a month, Jesus Save Me? Because like I had both cataracts removed from my eyes. And the whole thing only cost me about $40. My Medicare took care of all of it. What do you mean, what if someone in your family dies? Hi, Wilson. Yeah, so I guess Jesus Save Me. The Advantage plan still has you pay for Medicare. And there's Teresa. Hello. Time, a cat lover and enjoying your kids. I also love your laugh. Blessings and your friends. Well, thank you, Teresa. Welcome to our live chat. Well, every Advantage plan that I checked into, they had restrictions on what doctors you could go see, what hospitals they would pay, all that stuff. And I said, it's not worth it to me to save $40 a month and then not be able to go to what doctor I want to go to or need to go to. So I'll just keep what I've got for right now. It works for me. I know it all varies so much. I'm just on regular Social Security retirement right now. So I pay for my own Medicare, I pay for my own supplement, and the Social Security retirement check is all I get. That's why I'm on YouTube. I couldn't pay everything with that little measly check they send me every month. Now, if I didn't have taxes to pay a year, if I didn't have car payments, well, my car's paid off now because I paid that off before I quit working. But, you can't have a car payment, you can't have car insurance or any of that to pay on a Social Security check. Not on disability, you don't get enough. If you pay for your cost of living, you're going to be doing good. Well, see, I had a 401k with Walmart when I worked with them, and I left it even after I was no longer working for Walmart, after I was injured. And I just left it there, and it built and built and built over the years. And finally, I started cashing it in when I needed a roof on my house. I put a steel roof on, I put my carport up, I put my back patio, my front patio cover up. I bought a new shed out here, the green one. I put in central air and central heat in my house. That all came from my Walmart retirement. Oh no, Donna. You paid off your car and 2 days after it was paid off, it broke down. Yeah, see, on a retirement check or Social Security check, unless you made a lot of money when you were working, that gets your check up to $2,000 or $3,000 a month, you don't get enough Social Security to pay your bills. Not and pay for repairs on your car, oil changes, tires, insurances. Um, it doesn't even pay enough to pay your electric bill, your water bill, all that kind of stuff, even if your house and car is paid for. So I said, well, I've tried everything. I said, YouTube was my last resort. I'm not going to know till I try. So I went to YouTube. I started doing videos. I said, if everybody else can do it, I can too. So finally I started, and I've been on YouTube for how long? Over a year now. And I'm finally starting to make enough money to pay, keep my bills paid every month. And I'm trying to pay off a small debt off of a credit card that I built up before I got money coming in from YouTube, but it's not a lot. What if you lost your Social Security payments when your payee dies? Well, that has to mean, Wilson, you don't get a Social Security check yourself. You must be living with someone that gets a Social Security check. And when that person dies, their Social Security checks stop. We got 3 Donnas in here. Donna Murphy, Donna Wheeler. We got Frida Cassidy. Hello, ladies. We got Donna Wheeler, Donna Murphy. Who's the other Donna? Oh, Donna Placedia. I know I don't say that correctly, but Sedias. Yep, we got 3 Donnas. You must be watching a Cowboys football game, Frida. Y'all get you some iced tea. No, you can never get Social Security for a dead person. If a person dies and that's the person that was getting that check, it goes away. That check stops. You'll never see another check paid to that dead person. So you'd have to be getting your own Social Security check, Wilson. Patty C, that's a little bit different. That was your husband. And usually when a spouse dies, you get whichever check is the most, because you're still entitled to your own Social Security. But if your husband's was more than yours, then you still get his check. And if a wife is too young to retire to get their own Social Security check, as long as you got children under the age of 18, you get a check from that spouse. Because I know some people told me that if you've been married at least 10 years, you can draw your husband's Social Security, and he doesn't have to die. We're divorced, but I could still draw his Social Security if he was making more and drawing more a month than I am. But you've got to be married at least 10 years. And guess what? He made more than me, and I probably would have got more on a check. But I was like 2 or 3 months short of the 10 years. So that would have been their first reply was, well, you weren't married quite 10 years, so you're not eligible. Oh, you have to reapply if you're disabled. Yeah, you have to reapply for disability, Wilson, because then you'd probably be getting your own check. You wouldn't be getting your dad's or whoever check was coming in. Yeah, I said, well, at least, I picked YouTube. If I get too old and I can't work in my garden anymore, I can let the garden go and I can just do some cooking videos or video cats or do some kind of video to maybe bring in views and make a little bit each month. But it looks like I'm going to be working YouTube till I die. But I don't mind doing YouTube. It keeps me busy. I enjoy doing the videos. It just gets a lot of work when I have to do the garden, mow my yard, and all this other stuff. I don't know how many more years I'll be able to do all that. Yeah, Wilson, you just need to call Social Security and tell them what the situation is. Because we don't know what your situation is. Patty says, I was married my whole life. Yeah, that makes a difference. Now, I know someone who was like me, married and divorced, and when they retired, they were not getting enough money to keep them living the way they had been living all this time. And they found out that they could apply for their husband's Social Security check because he was getting more paid to him every month than what she was going to get. And they had been married for over 10 years. So she applied for it and she got it. I don't know how much she got. I don't know anything about how much the check was. I don't know if they gave her the whole check each month or if they just gave her a percentage of what he gets paid with her Social Security. I don't know how all that worked. But I know she did apply for it and she got it. Because he was making more than she did and she needed it to keep up her lifestyle. Patty's eating more watermelon. Well, I cut the 2 watermelon that I got out of my garden. That's the one I made the pirate ship out of, and the watermelon basket, the little one. Those both come from my garden. Yeah, but I used to do that, Donna. I used to hire someone to mow my yard. But it got to the point where people didn't want to mow my yard because it was too rocky, too dusty. It wasn't a manicured yard. So it was nice, cushy grass everywhere. So the last one I got to mow it said, you can do this. And he never would come back. So I said, oh, well, yeah, I'll get out there. I need the exercise anyway, so I'll do it. It may take me 2 or 3 days, but I'll get it mowed. And save me that much money, too. Just like on neighborhood community page, there was a young man posted an article that he needed to pick up odd jobs. He was running short for his rent that month, and he needed to get at least $250 to pay his rent. I guess to go with whatever he had. I don't know how much his rent was. So I answered it and I said, well, I've got a few trees on the road front out here on my lot next to me that need to be trimmed up because they're coming over too close to the street. And our association doesn't do that anymore. They tell us we have to keep it cut ourselves. And I did cut it back myself the last time. So I answered it and I said, well, I've got a job for you. I'll pay you $100 to come and trim the trees back on the road front on a 50-foot wide lot. That means you only have to trim 50 feet of, not even that much because part of it is all the way clean, It's just part of that 50 feet. And he said, oh, yeah, I'll do it. And then I messaged back and I said, well, when can you do it? He said Sunday, which is today. And the last time I heard from him, he said, well, I'm trying to get someone to bring me over there. And somebody came by this morning in a truck that I didn't notice. They stopped at my carport and I could hear them talking and then they just took off. And I said, well, more than likely that was probably him. He saw where he was going to be cut, and he waited too late in the day and decided he didn't want to do it. So I said, oh, well, I can get out there and do it myself, and I'll save my $100, and I'll go shopping with it. Oh, I see. I forgot about that. Wilson was getting his own check, but it was coming through a trustee handling it for him. So he'll still get his check. He just needs to get another trustee person to handle it for him. I forgot all about that, Wilson. You know, I slept since you told us about all that. Yeah, you just need to contact Social Security and tell them that you're in the process of getting a new trustee. Or like you said, contact an attorney and see what you need to do about getting a new trustee assigned to you that can handle your check coming in every month. Because that's your check. It was not the check that was coming in for the person that's going to die or what died. That was your check coming in. Yeah, I'd contact Social Security. Do you remember what you did when you got the first trustee assigned? You know, the person that was handling your check every month, taking care of your bills and that type of thing. Do you remember what you did to get that person? Well, if you do, that's what you need to do again and get someone else. Picky people. I don't know what that comment is for. Yeah, if it was the actual check to that person, then Wilson's not going to get that check anymore because that was that other person's check. He'll have to apply for his own check. Yeah, Wilson, you can pick your mom if she's alive and she's able to be the trustee for you or your payee. Oh, yeah, Donna. I hear somebody out there. Hold on. I don't know who that is. It's just the people across the street, the new neighbors, or fairly new. They've been there for, what, a couple of years now. But every time they pull up or, another person pulls up out there, it's like right on the other side of my carport, so it sounds like they're right in my driveway. Well, then, no, you cannot get your mom to be your payee or your trustee. You can't get a dead person to do anything for you. It's got to be a living, breathing person, Wilson. Do you have another family member that could be your trustee? If not, you may have to get an attorney to do it. I don't know. Yeah. No wonder they're short on their rent, right? Yeah, but that was her dad. It was not her husband. A child cannot apply for the father's disability. That's a little different. You got to be the wife of that person that died. And if they were getting more money than what you were getting coming in on Social Security, you can apply for their Social Security if you've been married at least 10 years or more. And I come just a couple of months short of the 10 years, so I couldn't apply for it. But she should still be getting her check. If she was on disability from birth and she was getting a disability check, she should still get her own check coming in. But she's not going to get her daddy's check. Gina, waving a hand from Jeans and Bill's in Tennessee, or Tylene, Kentucky. Welcome, Gina. Yeah, you need to just call Social Security and tell them that you need them to help you. Oh, you can still get dependent Social Security from a dead person? I didn't know that. See, I don't know that much about Social Security. That's the reason I tell Wilson, just contact Social Security, because I don't know the rules and regulations and the laws and everything on Social Security. I really don't. It's probably different with someone that's totally disabled or a dependent child. I mean, a dependent child like that, no matter how old they are, if they're disabled and they've lived all their life off of money that was coming in from her dad, then she still may be able to get it. I don't know. I have no idea. This is not a legal channel, y'all. This is not an attorney's channel, so I don't want to tell anybody anything wrong to do. So my advice is to contact Social Security or contact an attorney. That's all I would say to do, because I have no idea. Yeah, it varies a lot from one situation to the other. She tried but was refused, and he's been gone 10 years. Wow. Yeah, it just depends on the whole situation of being the dependent child or the dependent person, adult person, or the disability. All that kind of stuff goes into play for what Social Security will give you. Well, if you're old enough and you're mentally capable enough, I guess you can be your own payee. I don't see why not. That again is just the whole situation. Why has your dad been the payee for all these years? How old are you, Wilson? About 15. $59. Are you getting a disability check? Is that what comes into you, Wilson? I mean, I hate to go into detail about all this, But I can't advise you if I don't know the details about why you're even getting disability. Yeah, if she needs to reapply, get a doctor to say that she needs, just to have a doctor write out a letter and state the circumstances under what she needs to get. She should be eligible for disability. They always want a doctor's statement. But if Wilson is mentally capable of handling his own affairs, he can most certainly be his own trustee or payee. I just don't know the situation. It's been suspended. Well, like I said, Wilson, you need to contact Social Security, or like you said, contact an attorney. That's all I would know to do. See what Social Security tells you. If you don't like what they're telling you, then go for one of those free consults you can go into an attorney's office for. Usually, they'll let you come in that first time, tell them what the situation is, and they can tell you what needs to be done or can be done, and they don't charge you for that first time you go talk to them. Or most of them don't. It's been suspended because your payee trustee has died. It's been suspended until you get another trustee, or you can prove that you can handle your own affairs. Exactly, Connie. Suspended just means it's like put on hold. So as soon as you get another payee or trustee, or you can prove that you're capable of handling your own affairs, then your check will start coming back in. Oh, my friend, sweetest lady you've ever seen, but she had so many health problems. And she worked and worked up till she was up there pretty good in age. And finally, she just says, I can't do this no more. She applied for Social Security, disability. They turned her down. She reapplied. They turned her down. So you know what she did? She took it to court. She appeared before the judge, and she explained that she needed disability. She was not able to work. You know what the judge told her? He said, lady, you're mentally capable enough to come in here to my courtroom and tell me that you need disability. Your mind is as clear as mine is. And my way of thinking, he says, if your mind is clear and you're capable of thinking straight and managing your business, then you're able to work. She argued with him. She says, no, I'm not. He said, my mind might be clear, but my body's broken. She said, I've got so many ailments. I can't stand on my feet. I can't sit for very long at a time. I have to be able to get up and move around and sit when I need to and stand when I need to. And she's taking all this medication. Well, she went through a whole list of health problems. And you know what? Finally, that judge awarded her disability Social Security. She got it after all that. So you got to stand up for yourself. You can't back down because they tell you no the first time. If you know you've got a legitimate claim and you're not able to work, don't stop. Keep fighting them. But the best thing you can do is get doctor statements signed by that doctor stating you're not able to work. That's the best thing that you can do as an argument to Social Security is that doctor's statement. Exactly, Connie. Even Social Security can do that. Well, is ISO 100? Thank you for that. I hope it's a secure statement. I'm drinking iced tea, y'all. I shouldn't be. You like to give me a big bear hug? Well, I would like to give you a big bear hug. I just gave him the biggest bear hug he could have. He's not welcome with that last statement about looking under my dress and all this kind of stuff. I don't want nobody in my chat making statements like that. Oh, Izu is already gone. Don't you notice that? Yep, you need documentation. The doctor's letter saying that you're disabled and you need to be on disability is the best thing that you can ever present before Social Security. And if you had to appear before a judge, that is the best thing that you can have. Well, right now they're suspended, Gladys. But if they come back after the suspension is up, they will be blocked. Yeah, because your son will need someone to handle his bank account, I guess, Connie. Well, has anybody done anything fun today? Or are you going to do anything fun today when we get off alive? Exactly. Izu, I don't think you can handle it. Somebody get rid of Izu. I tried to, but he's back. Just block him. Somebody block Izu. Thank you. I tried to do it, but evidently it didn't stay. And there's Lance Smith. He's fine doing some gaming. Well, thank you, Gladys. Yep, he's done. Let him stay done. Diana says, came back. I had a call. That's okay. Glad you came back. Hi, Shelly. How's Shelly doing today? I know. Izu was just downright nasty. I think it was probably the same one that's been coming into my live chats, only he changes names so he can come back in even though he's blocked. And next time he comes in, he'll come in with a different name. Some kid. Okay, Donna, you have a great day. It's 80 degrees here today. So that is a big change from 100 degrees. Let me see what they won. Patty C won the pink pens, the set of 4 pink pens, ink pens, and then I let Kai be runner up, and I sent the purple ones or the lavender color ones to him, and he didn't know he was a winner. And I meant to go through StreamYard today, and I didn't. Maybe next time I go live, I'll go through StreamYard. See, there's Izu back again. Block him this time, y'all. Don't just delete his message. Just block him. It's iced tea, Joanne. Yeah, they deleted his messages, but they need to block him. Hide him from the channel, remove him or something. He's downright ugly, isn't he? Nervy. Yep, he's nervy. You can't, Donna, because you're not a moderator. You'd have to be a moderator. That's the ones in blue with the wrench. They're my moderators. They're the only ones that can block or delete their messages or any of that. And there's Mary's honor. Hello, Mary. Betty Blue, Lance Smith. Welcome, everybody. I didn't even see y'all come in. We've been having a time with this Izzo, or whatever his name is. Yeah, I said I should have showed everybody how I made my iced tea because I made it before I went live. I didn't think of it till after I already made it. And I said, well, it's too late now. Maybe next time. because I don't make it like anybody else. Trying to stay away from Cokes and sodas, so I'm drinking iced tea now. Iced tea and water or juice. And there's Alfonso. Hello, Alfonso. I am having a fantastic day. And you just got home from swimming. Wow. I bet that was fun. No, I make mine in my coffee pot. I guess you could say it's coffee tea. No, I make my tea, my iced tea in my Mr. Coffee maker. And I'm using HEB tea bags right now, and they're not very big tea bags, but you only need one to make a whole big pitcher of iced tea. Oh wow, 500-foot water slide in the waves at the rec center. Oh wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. I've never seen a 500-foot water slide before, unless you went to some of these big water parks. Shelley said she wished she could drink sweet tea. Why can you not? Well, I had never tried HEB tea before, but it came with a food order. And man, that is some strong tea. I'll show you. This is the HEB tea. I guess I'm showing it. It's a glare on it. But, well, it says family size tea bag, so I could probably make a lot more tea than what I do with it. Just one bag. Oh, no, 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 no. They say 8 cups of water, boiling water, over 2 tea bags. That is way too strong. But there's the size of the tea bag. And I put that in my coffee maker. In the pot, not in the top. And then I fill the reservoir with water, a full pot, and then I just turn it on, let the hot water drip down in the pot with the tea bag, and by the time it's finished dripping through, the tea's ready with just one tea bag. And I take and there's my pitcher of tea that I made earlier, and I've already poured part of it out. You can see it's down to here. But that is some strong tea, y'all, just with one tea bag. So I said, this has got 48 tea bags. It's going to last me quite a while, because it takes me 2 or 3 days to drink that pitcher full of tea. A lot of times I'll use the green tea and make my tea, but this works real good. Yeah, you only need one of those tea bags in to make that whole pitcher full of tea, because I'll pour the tea in the pitcher and then I fill it completely up with water. and that helps cool it down a little bit. And then when I pour it in ice, the ice will melt as you pour that warm tea down in it. And it's still plenty strong. Yeah, I don't know how much it costs because, like I said, it came in several weeks ago with a food order. I'll have to notice next time I go to H-E-B and see how much they charge for this. But usually the store brand is a little less expensive than some of the other brands are. Well, it works fine. I just pour it in the pitcher, and I put sweetener in there because I like sweet tea. And then I just fill the pitcher completely up with water, which that gives you like half water, half tea. And then when I pour it in my, I fill this up with ice, and then I pour my tea in there, and it melts more ice, so it weakens it down a little bit more. But it's still plenty strong, I'm telling you. Almost too strong for me. I use the artificial sweetener. That way I don't consume tons of sugar every day drinking tea. I mean, I use regular sugar in some things, but when I'm making tea, I try to use the artificial sweetener, so I'm not drinking all that sugar. Well, I showed everything was fine on my last visit, but the next visit, which will be in, I think, February, I have to get my blood work done, for my cholesterol and all that other good stuff. Because I go in twice a year, every 6 months for a checkup, but then once a year, the beginning of the year, I go in and get my blood work done and all that a week before my doctor's appointment. That sounds good, Susan. You add fiber and sweetener in your mix. Yeah, I just add artificial sweetener because I don't want all the sugar. But like I said, I do eat real sugar a lot. But when it comes to coffee and tea, I usually add artificial sweetener to it. Because when it's real hot, I can drink a lot of tea in a day's time. And if I had real sugar in it, that's quite a bit of sugar going in my body. Or sometimes I put honey in my iced tea for sweetener. I don't even use a sugar or artificial sweetener. I use honey. And I've used honey in my coffee before too. And then what I do when I poured a couple of these full of tea out of the pitcher, I refill it again with water, and that weakens it down a little bit more. I need one of those. I need to buy me a bigger container to make my tea in, because I can make twice that much with the same tea bag. If I had one of those big, like, they've got, they're like the old-timey pickle jars, the big ones. Like I keep my flour in. I know they have some of those there in plastic, and they have the pour spout at the bottom. But I don't have room in my refrigerator for one that big. but then water after 7 or 8. Well, that's a good plan, Susan. But see, on a real hot day, if I'm working in the garden, I could drink that whole pitcher of tea in one day. Sounds good, April. I'm just going to fix me a salad for dinner tonight. I ate some of my peppered steak and gravy over mashed potatoes for lunch today. And I still got some in the refrigerator where I did the video on it. Well, I don't think I posted that yet. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fix me a salad tonight. I think a salad sounds good. Boil me a couple of eggs and make me a good salad. Shelley says, I don't like tea with artificial sweeteners. I'm a Southern girl. Well, I like it with real sugar too, Shelley, but sometimes all that sugar don't like me. And I've already gained too much weight. I don't need to gain any more weight from the sugar. I'm not fixing no pork neck bones and rice tonight. I'm eating me a salad. I might video the salad. I don't know. I'll show y'all what I ate for dinner tonight. I'll put it in a video. Put half the tea in one of those coffee pods cup things. I don't know what you're talking about, coffee pods. You're talking about the little individual coffee pods that you put in those coffee makers that just make a cup of coffee? Is that what you're talking about? No, I've never tried A&W Diet Root Beer. Yeah, sometimes all that sugar's not good. The doctor said the tea has tannic acid that contributes to the formation of what? Oh, kidney stones. Well, you know, that's what my brother said in North Carolina. One time when I went home on vacation, I stayed at his house. Or the last time I stayed there, I stayed at his house. And he said that he had kidney stones. And he said the doctor told him it was the iced tea he kept drinking all the time. He said that the tea causes kidney stones. And I said that might be true because I haven't been drinking a whole lot of tea. And now I'm drinking tea, so I don't know. I don't want kidney stones. Izu had the nerve to come back under a different name. It's just plain Izu this time instead of the numbers behind it. And there's Dennis and grandkids. Hello. How's your day going today? I just recolored mine the other day. Finally got around to doing it. Yeah, he needs to be reported because he keeps coming in being a butthole. Yeah, that's the way I got to, Susan. I wanted to drink a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi with my meals. And then it got to the point where I was drinking them all in between times, too. April says, I never colored my hair. Well, you're a blonde. You don't have to color yours. It'll eventually turn gray and it'll still look blonde. Oh, no, an aggravating neighbor. Yeah, but you're a blonde, April, so you can't tell that you have any gray. I grew up with a girl who was a natural blonde, and she's gray today. I know she is, but she still looks basically blonde because the color doesn't change that much. It's still the light color. And with me, it's a big difference. You know, from dark brown hair to completely gray, that's like night and day, you know? Coffee will too, Wilson. My eyes keep tearing up on me. I guess that's one reason I didn't mind drinking sodas. Because to my knowledge, a soda, a soft drink, doesn't cause kidney stones. Izzy's back. It's Izzy 50 this time. He hasn't made a bad comment yet. We'll see. Izzy, will you quit? Go bother someone else. Never have done that since. Yeah, sometimes they get a little heavy-handed with the change of color. I see you did, Susan. It's a pervert, Wilson. Susan said she was ready for him. Really? I've seen that they have color in there, but I've never tried any of it. I usually get mine at Walmart. I might have to try some then. Not the terrible smell, yeah. I don't like the smell of any of it. I only did a perm one time, and since my hair is already kind of curly, oh my God, that perm just basically fried my hair. It was so tight in curls you couldn't comb it. I had a natural afro. And my daughter used to laugh. She said, Mom, you look like one big head because you're so tiny everywhere else. I only weighed 100 pounds back then. Oh no, I've never bought. I don't think I've bought. Well, yeah, I have. But I buy the same kind I buy anywhere else, and that is the Palmolive. I buy the Palmolive dishwashing liquid. That's the only kind I use because I can pour that dishwater on my plants and they love it. It doesn't hurt my plants at all. I know they've got that heart in the most inappropriate place. Well, good, Shelly, because I found that Palmolive works great with my plants. I can water them all I want to with my dishwater when I use Palmolive, and it just helps them grow. It's like I'm giving them plant food. Some of these other detergents, they just swiveled up and wanted to die. So they didn't like it at all. So I went back to using Palmolive. Yes, it's more gentle on your hands too. Wow, Dallas is ahead 20-3. Who they're playing today? See, I haven't even been keeping up with the football games. Yeah, I bought bleach in there too, Joanne, in Dollar Tree. The Browns. See, there's always something bad about anything you eat or drink. There's always something that it'll cause. Cokes will make you fat. Tea gives you kidney stones. I don't know what coffee does. The eco soaps, yeah, I've used that too. That orange, what do they call it? I had bought some orange cleaner and orange uh, dehydrated soaps before, in the powdered form. Okay, Wilson, will you keep us informed on how the game goes? And there's Blessed to Crochet. Hello, welcome to our live chat today. Yeah, it either makes us fat, makes us sick, or does something, doesn't it? You never know what you can eat and what you can't eat. Because everything is going to cause you a problem. Coffee makes you an energy bunny. That's the caffeine, I guess. I mean, they say in the meat you get today at the grocery store, it doesn't matter if they're fresh meat or not. It's what they fed the chickens or the cows or the beef or the pork before they were butchered that will bother you, give you a problem. All the steroids they give the animals. I mean, you just got to the place where you don't know what you can eat anymore. Yeah, that's about what I've decided, Gladys, is just eat what I want and don't worry about it. I just try not to overeat because I don't want to gain any more weight. I just try not to consume too much sugar. And I usually go with the cheaper ice creams, the ones that don't have all the cream and stuff in them, because I'm allergic to a lot of that. So I go with the Walmart brand usually of ice cream. And it's the least fattening of all of them too, I think. Yeah, we're better off if we could just drink water and leave the coffee, the tea, the sodas, and everything else off and just drink water. But that's not fun. Water don't taste that good. In fact, water doesn't have a taste. But it comes in real good if you're extremely hot where you've been walking in the garden and you come in and get you a good cold bottle of water. Oh my God, I can down a bottle in a heartbeat. Patty C's got to have some coffee. Well, I had my morning coffee, and that's all. You use Celtic salt for electrolytes. I'll get it right before long. Well, good for you, Diana. Yeah, how many thumbs up have I got? I can't tell over there. Looks like I got 38 thumbs up. AS Blind Maid Production says, I did my live yesterday. I didn't know you had a live yesterday. Why didn't I get notified? I'm going to have to check on that. Well, I just checked and I am subscribed to your channel and I've clicked all notifications, but I don't know that I got notified that you went live. So, that's interesting. No, I could not enjoy a $7 cup of coffee. Yeah, unfortunately they don't, because I've got a lot of people that come to my lives that say they didn't get notified, even though they've got it chosen, all notifications. Or I may have been real busy doing something else. I'm always busy doing something else, cooking, making a video, or doing something. I know, and I didn't want it to be turned up this way. I set it for horizontal, but somehow when I went live, it flipped on me and wouldn't let me go horizontal. It flipped up and said, reverse your camera. I know I haven't been to Starbucks in a long, long time, because it seemed like the few times that I went there to get coffee, it was like $7 for a little cup of coffee. And I got that pumpkin spice, which was really good. I'd like to find pumpkin spice creamer. That way I can make my own pumpkin spice coffee at home. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Connie. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, hopefully next time it'll stay horizontal the way I put it. Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to Starbucks to pay $7 or $8 for a little cup of coffee. I'm not a rich person, so I can't afford that expensive coffee. Yeah, I've gotten gift cards before, and that's how I got my Starbucks coffee. It was Starbucks gift cards, so I did go there and use up the gift cards with Starbucks coffee. Yeah, it always smells better than it tastes, doesn't it, Susan? Yeah, that's what I said, Gladys. Maybe they'll come out, somebody will come out with the pumpkin creamer for your coffee. Or maybe you can try putting pumpkin spice in your coffee. I'm going to try that next cup of coffee I make. I'm going to try shaking a little bit of pumpkin spice in my coffee. See how it turns out. Starbucks gives you a free cup on your birthday. I didn't know that. Dallas and the Browns, Susan. That's what he said. And Dallas is winning so far. Seemed like they had pumpkin spice one time. I'm going to have to start looking for it. pumpkin spice at Walmart. Yeah, they do. If they're not out of it. Because I found before when they got pumpkin spice creamer in, they were sold out of it all the time. $3.98. When I bought creamer the last time at Walmart, I think only had French vanilla, hazelnut, and I don't remember what the other one was, but they didn't have pumpkin spice. If they did, they were sold out of it because I didn't see any on the shelf, and I didn't notice the tags below. I'll have to look next time. I have no idea, Joanne. Most restaurants, you have to be 65 to get a senior discount. Other ones, it's different. I didn't even know that McDonald's had a senior discount. A lot of them will tell you they don't give senior discounts anymore. Yeah, Golden Corral will give a senior discount because I've gotten them there before, but we don't have a Golden Corral here. But for AARP, it's 50. I've never used AARP for a senior discount. Well, if you're 65 and you want a discount, show them your driver's license or some type of form of ID. I know a lot of the stores have stopped honoring a lot of different coupons. I know the last time I tried to use a coupon that came in the newspaper, I think it was, at Walmart, the register wouldn't accept it. Scanned it and it wouldn't take it. Right, they shouldn't send them out if they don't honor the coupons. But you never know. Some of these coupons you get in the mail may be scams. When it scans that coupon, it may put money in their account instead of giving you the discount. Or it may give you the discount, and whatever discount you get goes to them. I don't know. There's so many scams out there nowadays, you don't know what to do and what not to do. What do you mean don't do gift cards? The gift cards I got in the mail worked fine. I have never gotten that many of them, but what ones I did get worked great. I think one was for Burger King, one was for Chili's, one, where was the other one from? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, you don't buy the gift cards there at Walmart. Yeah, isn't that terrible? I know there's too many scams out there. Like I've got property in North Carolina and I keep getting these people wanting to buy my property, but they want to do everything over the internet. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't do business over the internet. Can do it by registered mail or not at all. So they finally stopped notifying me. They used to send me messages about every other day wanting to buy the property, wanting to buy the property. And then when I printed out this 3-page agreement that they sent, the agreement part was on the first 2 pages. The whole back page, the 3rd page, was nothing but where I sign it, they sign it, and a notary seal. Well, hey, they could attach that 3rd page to any contract they wanted, and I wouldn't know it until all of a sudden they got me wound up in something I don't want. I don't sign contracts like that. And the pages weren't even like 1 of 3 or 2 of 3 or 3 of 3. They had no page numbers, no nothing on them, and I don't trust that. I don't do signatures over the internet either. Yep, that's right, Susan. It's just all the roll of the dice. Are you talking about the Max? Yeah, that's what I usually do. And the only one I ever give money to is usually my son or my granddaughter. And the last time I wrote a check and give it to my son for, I think it was his birthday or Christmas, he wouldn't even cash it. So that was useless. But I do send my granddaughter money for like Christmas or birthdays. I did send her a gift card this last time, but it was from Amazon. I purchased an Amazon gift card and I sent it to her with her other presents that I got her. Yeah, I halfway trust Amazon because I order from them all the time. But it was the Amazon gift card. It was not some of the gift cards that you get at Walmart, like are supposed to be for like, well, they're not the actual Walmart gift cards. There's some other kind of card, like a bank card, a Capital One, or some of these other cards you can get. That reminds me, I've got a gift card from Walmart and a friend of mine sent me because I sent them something and I wasn't selling it to them, but they sent me a gift card to use in appreciation of me sending the item to them. And I don't think I've used it yet. I need to use that. I think I've still got it and I've never used it, y'all. I'm checking to make sure. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I've got it. And I've still got $6.50 on Chili's. Yeah, and there's my Walmart gift card I've not used yet. Everything else I zeroed out. So I said one of these days I'll go back to Chili's and think of something to get with that $6.50 and pay a little bit with it to get something there and make another video or something. I don't know. And I went to Sonic one time, but I used up their card. I went to, where was it? Not Brahms, the other place. Dairy Queen. I went there, but I used up my card. It is. I called on it, and the balance is still there. They're not supposed to ever go bad. So the next time I go to Walmart to buy anything, I'm going to start using that card. My neighbor upstairs works at Sonic, so I give him rides to work, and he gets me free drinks at 50% discount for food. Well, that's great, Susan. I wonder how that happened. Joanne says her sister-in-law sent her a Walmart e-gift card. When I tried to use it, it was already spent and the store wouldn't do anything about it. Yeah, I don't fool with the e-cards. I get the actual plastic card if I use one. I know everything is expensive nowadays, y'all, no matter where you go. Just like that coffee creamer. I used to get that coffee creamer for like $1.98, and now it's $3.89 or something like that for the same thing. Yeah, they have happy hour here at Sonic too, Susan. I never think to go out there during that time, though. Yeah, you can get their slushies or their soft drinks, tea, or whatever you want, and it's half price during those times. But I never think to go out there during that time. Oh, Connie says they're half price at her Sonic after 3 p.m. See, so different states, different areas, the times are different. Because I think it's from like 2 to 3 o'clock here that they have the happy hour at Sonic. Oh yeah, that sounds great, Susan. The 2 Whopper meals for $15.99. That don't work for me because usually I'm by myself when I go. Well, before you put anything on a card, it should be blank. Oh, Dallas made a touchdown, 27-3 now. Way to go, Cowboys. But I guess the gift cards work the same as the credit cards and debit cards. People have these scanners that they can just walk by you, and they can scan that card just by walking by you and get the money off of it. Unless you have these sleeves that you can actually put your cards in that those scanners can't penetrate. Oh, that's terrible, Susan. I didn't know they did that. Good, Susan. Your wallet is RFID shielded. I thought about that. I said I needed to get something to put my cards in, I guess. I heard somebody say you could wrap them up in aluminum foil and they can't scan them. I don't know how true that is. I've never tried it, so I don't know. Oh, Connie's team Seahawks is winning 16-13 over Denver Broncos. It's like all our teams are winning today. I'd be rooting for the Cowboys, and it looks like they're doing a good job. Donna said she's got the sleeves. The Chiefs won Thursday night. Eel skin will block cards too. I have an eel skin wallet. Wow, I didn't know that. I'll be right back, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, that's neat, Shelley. She's got a card that you put into your wallet to protect your cards against scanners. Oh, I didn't know you could buy the ones that were already RFID protected. See, we learn things every day, y'all. Trying to see how long we've been on here. That could be taken two ways, Connie. You could sing the song from Greece, or because they are electric eels. You think so? That the most of them you buy today, I have them in them already. Goodness. You know, to tell you the truth, I never checked when I bought a wallet. And it's been a couple of years ago, and I'm almost due for a new wallet. So I might check those out next time I buy a wallet to see if they are protected. What are you going to do? Make your salad for the week or something, Susan? Mine's been out of control. Susan said, I need to conquer my fridge again. It's all out of control. Mine's been out of control. I don't think there's any hope. Well, that's a good idea. So then when you want a salad through the week, you just pull out the little container and pour your dressing on it, and you got your salad. I can't fit anything in mine either, Susan. It's gram packed full. My vegetable bins are full. So all I can do is take out enough, make a salad, eat it, and put the fixings back. I don't have room to store containers of salad. I can't either, Susan. There's nothing else can go in my fridge. Right? My cabinets are like that. They're crammed so full. I can't find anything because I start looking and everything falls out. Yep, an avalanche. So if y'all hear stuff crashing down out of the cabinet, if I have to do like if I'm doing a food video, a cooking video, and I forgot to get something out and I got to go to the cabinet to look for it, that's why, because it's an avalanche. A food avalanche. I just closed the door and I said, well, I'll use it all up pretty soon and this will stop happening. I don't know what she does, but mine falls out on me. Because I've got cartons or cans stacked one on top of the other all the way to the top. And usually what I want's on the bottom. You're making me feel so much better, Susan. I'm not the only one going through this. Right? Makes you say your Sunday school words, don't it, Susan? Yeah. Like I went in my tall closet cabinet over here, and I've got some of the great big like cake holders, large plastic bowls, big bowls like I use in the garden. They're all up on the top. And then I got pots and pans and stuff like that on one. Then I got food items on one. And then I got like my canner and big stuff down on the bottom. And I go in there to get stuff out, and oh my God. I dropped a canning jar full of stuff on my toe one time. I was getting stuff out, and it didn't break the jar, but it almost broke my toe. The jar didn't break because it hit my toe and bounced off. But oh my God, did it hurt. Because it dropped from like the third level up and dropped all the way and hit my foot. Oh my God. I said some pretty church words that day. Yes, I'm very well, Catherine, and I hope you are too. Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, it did hurt, Sheila. My foot turned black and blue, and it stayed that way for weeks. It turned every color under the sun. Black and blue, purple, yellow, you name it. But thank goodness I didn't break a bone. Yeah, chicken soup is always good for a cold. 27-10. Looks like Dallas may win. Depends on what part of the game they're in. Is Dallas in? Are they in the fourth quarter yet, Wilson? Third, okay. Well, they may keep it up. Be nice if Dallas won. Oh no, when you fell a couple of weeks ago, your foot looked like a corpse. It's hard to find comfortable shoes now. Well, in time, maybe it won't bother you whatever shoes you wear. That's the way my foot was when I was running down the basketball court when I was in high school. And put my foot down too hard and it popped. I think I broke a small bone in my foot, in the top of my foot, because I had a little knot on the top of my foot after that. And any type of pressure at all that went on that little knot on the top of my foot, it hurt. It hurt so bad I couldn't wear shoes that tied. Or if I did, I'd have to wear them real loose. So I didn't have pressure on there. And I still have that bone that sticks up a little bit, but it doesn't bother me anymore. And of course, the shoes that I wear that lace up, they have so much cushioning and padding under it that it doesn't bother it anymore. Oh, I don't even remember, but it wasn't nice, Gladys. When that jar hit my toe, it wasn't nice. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it works, it seems like, with the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, that sounds real good, Connie. A plum tart for dessert. Okay, Susan. I think that's probably because if there's any germs in the chicken water, it gets all over your kitchen. And then, too, nowadays, there's so many chemicals and god awful knows what in your water that it's probably not cleaning it anyway. I never wash my packaged meat, especially the chicken, because then it gets all over everything, the water does, and then you got germs spread unless you bleach it and sterilize it. I mean, I have to when I do a whole chicken, especially if it's frozen, because I put it in the sink with water, and then I have to cut it up. Oh, wow, sounds great, Connie. You got a double harvest of plums this year. I used to make some real good plum jelly with wild plums that grew right across the street from where I used to live in North Carolina. Yep, that's true, Catherine. And then, too, when you cook something, a cooked meat, the heat alone is going to kill the germs if there's any on that food item. Fish and onion. Well, hi, Ashley. I didn't even notice you were in here. You tried the egg white chips. They were disgusting. I'm not trying them. Yeah, that plum jelly that I made years ago with those wild plums, that was such good plum jelly. Oh my God. And I strained it so when you held it up, it was the color of the plum, but it was just as clear as water. And everybody told me that I needed to enter that jelly in the fair, but I didn't. Oh, well, you don't reckon he was hurt, do you, Wilson? Yep, that's a lot of jars of jelly. I've never had just an egg white omelet. I like the whole egg in mine with cheese in it. And usually I put bacon or sausage or potatoes and onions and all kind of good stuff in my omelets. Yeah, the whole egg is good for you. Your back had to let the dog out. Oh, I can't see. So it's because of your diabetes. That is so neat, Connie. You grafted three trees together. I have prunes to the one tree, has red, purple, and prunes. That's odd. I've heard of other people doing that though. They graft different types of trees together and you grow all three fruit most of the time. Yeah, I bet it's a beautiful tree that she grafted. Whew. I think she's talking about diabetes because I think Susan is afraid she's going to be a diabetic or something, and Catherine can help her out with diabetic recipes, maybe. Okay, Gladys, I'm going to be getting off of here pretty soon. We've been on here for almost 3 hours now. I mean, the time flies when you're having fun, y'all. And I love chatting with everybody, so the time really gets away with me. Yeah, I'll be a diabetic soon. And Catherine will be able to help you out a lot with recipes so you'll have food to eat. I haven't had an omelet in a long time either. I need to fix me an omelet, y'all. And sometimes I fix omelets for dinner or lunch, not just always for breakfast. You was, but you got a experimental shot that reversed it. Well, that's awesome. The fruit cocktail tree, yeah. Connie's got her a fruit cocktail tree. Yeah, I usually put spinach in my omelets too if I have it available. And now since I grow it in my garden, I just go out there and pinch me off some and come in and throw it in my omelet. Same way with basil and rosemary. I just go out there and pinch off some and bring it in and put it in whatever I'm cooking. Yeah, I don't do the mushrooms. I'm somewhat allergic to mushrooms, so I don't even buy them. I mean, I'd probably have to consume them for 2 or 3 days to get a reaction from them, but I am allergic to them. So I just don't even buy them. Oh, now, I throw my spinach right in with my potatoes and my sausage or bacon and my onions and everything else I put in my omelet. Usually it's not just the spinach. Yeah, I've eaten avocado toast before. That's pretty good. That reminds me, I've got an avocado up there that can go in my salad tonight if it hasn't gotten too ripe on me. I wonder if you could graft any other kind of tree to it, Connie. You definitely have a fruit cocktail. Yeah, I just like avocado. I can eat fresh avocados on anything. I can eat them by themselves. I love them made in guacamole. Yeah, I've grafted bushes before and it works. Well, that'll make it even better, Catherine, to use the angel hair for regular spaghetti. Okay, I'm glad you caught it too. And I'm going to sign off because we've been on here for 3 hours. I don't want to keep anybody any longer because I know you got other things to do with your day, your Sunday. So I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out, joining us in our live today. I've enjoyed it. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. I do too, Connie. I love prune cake. I've not fixed a prune cake yet, though. But we'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good evening and a blessed week. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye now. Love y'all. Well, I got to hit the button, don't I?